Come here. Welcome to the Famous Foxes Aftermath show, live every Sunday on Leicester Fan TV. Come on, you Foxes. Good morning, Foxes. How the devil are you? How's your day been today? It's Christmas Eve. What better day can you want? But it made it even better by, you know what day it is. It's Sunday. It's 10 a.m. So it's time for the Famous Foxes Aftermath show, run by the fans, for the fans. And you know what? Your opinion matters. So come on, get them comments in. Let's get going. It's kickoff time. Come on, you Foxes.
The Leicester City machine is on the march again.
Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content, like fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views live. Thanks to our sponsors, Everard's, Bolo Blinds, Pocker Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Distillers Direct, Hologram, Take Me, Newbie & Co, and the Foxes Arms and Rainbows. We are live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
How the devil are you? I hope you're well. I hope you're good. Got my Christmas hat on here. It's not quite level. Let me just get it. That's better. My Christmas hat nice and level. Well, yesterday, were we worth a 3-0 win? Were we? Yes, absolutely, without doubt. We did deserve to win that. Second half, first 20 minutes was outstanding. The first half, we struggled, came up against a side that had bottom of the table and had a couple of close results. Recently, last week at Plymouth, lots of bodies behind the ball, trying to frustrate us, wasting time from about the 10th minute mark. Very difficult first half, and I think Rotherham would have been happy to go in at 0-0. Then the second half, City just stepped up another gear. More energy, more creativity, and you know what? Daka's on fire. And on that note, we're going to bring Daka's most supportive, favourite fan. Morning, Reedy. How the devil are you? I hope you're well.
I am good, mate. How are you?
What did you think to Daka then yesterday? What did you think to Daka yesterday? You must have been over the moon with him, pal.
Of course I was. Obviously, he doesn't do anything special, but he is in the right place when you need him. Obviously, the penalty when it came in, and obviously his goal that he got beforehand. So it is what we needed. Obviously, he is just in the right places, and he's scoring goals. Even like I said, the one we played against, was it Millwall, when he basically had it on the goal line before it went in the net. He is in the right positions, and I think that as much as we are going to lose him in AFCON, it's going to be hard because I think at the moment he's our best striker, just because of scoring goals, in my opinion, anyway.
Well, yeah, there is that. He is scoring goals. They are being put on a plate, but you have to be there, don't you? You have to be there, no matter what. You have to be the striker that puts them in. Hardly on fight. He's scored 4 in 4, Patrick. He's scored 4 in 4. Merry Christmas, Nick. Happy birthday, Nick, as well. Yes. Happy birthday, Nick. I hope you're well. He's talking about you then. Time wasting at 2-0 down. They were time wasting from the 10th minute, Matthew. They were. We've got a few people waiting to come in. I'm going to bring Jono in. Hold on. Matthew Bond says, great atmosphere in SK1 yesterday. We'll talk about the atmosphere in a minute, Matthew. Jono, how the devil are you? I hope you're well. I hope you're good.
I'm good. You
were there yesterday, weren't you? I've got 2 more coming on. I'll bring them on in a few minutes. We'll give you 5 minutes, Jono, here today, mate. What do you think? You were there yesterday. First time for a while for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, first time. That's the first home league game I've ever been to.
And did you enjoy it?
I was in hospitality, so it was just unbelievable. The whole thing was just brilliant.
And did you have a couple of beers to go with the day?
If you timed a couple of times, 5, yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about the game then. It's not all about you. It's about the game, pal. Mate, their keeper was holding up time at 18th minute. Couldn't believe it. Yes, like I said, I think they thought 0-0 would have been a good result for them. Jono, what did you think about the game yesterday?
Absolute dominance. You know, even though we didn't score in the first half, we played. Do you know how we hold the line of midfield and pass it around? We're doing that outside their box. We literally had full control. They've had a few counter attacks. Their guy on the right wing actually looked a bit dangerous sometimes, but apart from that, they did absolutely nothing. Just first half was just domination, and second half decided to step it up and finish them off with a few good goals. So overall, just very happy with our performance. There's no mistake. We didn't make any silly mistakes. No pass around the back and let the ball away, and it was just a solid performance all around.
I actually think there was still a bit of sloppiness yesterday, especially in the first half. The creativity wasn't there in the first half like it was in the second half. We were a million times better than what we were in the first half.
Yeah, we're better with our finishing, but in terms of control, we're absolutely perfect. We didn't give them a sniff, and I think only sloppiness, not from team, but I think Dewsbury Hall for me was the only one who was being sloppy by when he received the ball, it just bounced off him. Apart from that, I didn't feel it was that sloppy.
It's like Paul Goodison has said, reader, living up here, Sheffield, Rotherham border, Millers fans were praying for a 0-0. We used to have a Yorkshire correspondent, but he's left because he didn't want to be that kind of guy, did he? 0-0, that would have been a good result for them. But it just, the first 15, 20 minutes was just pure dominance, wasn't it? I don't think we even got out of their half, did they?
No, I will agree with John. I think it's the first time I will say I think we completely dominated that game. What was it? 80% possession. We had literally 20 shots with 10 on target.
So I go for the stat.
Yeah, it was 77-23. The possession was
24 shots. They had 2. We had 11 on target. They had none. We had 77% possession. We had a 91% pass accuracy in 10 corners. They had none. So
like I said, it's completely total domination, but I will have to give Rotherham credit, and this is only because they sorted our wingers out all game. They made an impact on our wingers all game. In fact, we couldn't beat his man. Mavadidi couldn't really get past his man, so they did what they had to do. And fortunately for us, obviously, when we got that first goal, it was a bit of a scrappy goal to put in the net, but that's what changed the game for us, and I'm glad that we got through in the end, because I honestly don't think in a way, this is not me being negative, but if we didn't score that first goal, I don't know if we would have beat them, in my opinion, just because of we were struggling until the first goal we put in.
Like the Facebook user says, in the first half they had a good shape and defence, so they were well drilled and played with a good defensive shape. However, they didn't have the quality to do anything in the final third, which I think's right there, Jono. They didn't really have the quality at all, did they?
I don't think there's any quality in midfield, because they couldn't even get to the final third. I don't think they could. I do agree how they shut down our wingers completely. In fact, Mavadidi and Fatu did absolutely nothing because they blocked their run. They couldn't do anything. Wout Fowles was the only one who's actually being creative and trying to hit it over to the wing, hedge it over them. But
I mean, a lot of the game, what you just mentioned, Wout Fazler was playing left wing. It seemed like he was playing left wing.
Yeah, he was the one that created the goal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say
quickly, Jono, before you go, pal, because I've got 2 others waiting to come on. Just give you the Ipswich game. I was a bit surprised with the team yesterday, because not that I didn't expect him to put out such a strong team with the Ipswich game being 3 days away, which I'm quite happy about. I don't change a winning team, but I was a little bit surprised. Would you make any changes? And if so, what would you make?
No, I would want to bring DP in, because I think he proved himself. I thought it was excellent. Just to rest. I would like to rest Dewsbury Hall, because I think he's getting sloppy, because I think he's playing too many. I think I want DP to go in I want DP to go in, but apart from that, no. I'll keep it the same.
Rightio. And a quick score line for you for the Ipswich game. What would you want? Would you be happy with the draw? Because at this moment, I would take a draw, but I want to win.
I'd only draw if I knew that Southampton leave. I want to win. I want to win. I think it'll be a very tough game, especially at Ipswich. I reckon we'll win 3-2.
Oh, confidence from Jono. Confidence from Jono. Right then, Jono, I'm going to let you go because I've got a few people on. Thanks for joining me. Enjoy your Christmas in sunny Leicester. Not quite sure it's sunny in Leicester, but...
It's miserable. Enjoy my time. Yes, have a good Christmas, everyone else too. It's just miserable here. So really knows I'm right next to Really now, so...
You could have gone around for a cup of coffee if you're that close.
But I can see through the window somewhere.
All right then, John, I hope to speak to you later, pal. Be good.
In a bit.
Let's bring in the others. I've got Locks and Chris. I'm going to bring both of them in. Locks, morning, Locks. How are you, pal?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm good, fine. And Chris, how are you, mate? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Feeling a little bit cold under the nose, but you know.
Yes, well, you lost the bet, didn't you, last week? Well done for shaving it off.
Did.
I'm going to go straight to Locks because he loves a bit of banter with the Leeds fans. They won 4-0 and Ipswich lost to Leeds 4-0. We won. Locks, have any Leeds fans been in touch with you or you had any banter with them so far since yesterday?
No, mate. Well, Joe's obviously been in touch. He's always in touch. He to be fair though, he's look. No matter what you see online from Leeds fans giving it the big one, they know deep down they're not going to catch us. They know it, and Ipswich know it. They ain't catching us. So yeah, he dropped me a little message just saying, "Are you watching?" And I said, "Yes, I am watching." Well, I wasn't, but I mean, I saw the score, yeah, mate. It just it doesn't concern me. It doesn't bother me too much. I think Ipswich went full strength as well yesterday, so that was interesting.
They made a few changes towards the end, didn't they? They bought some of the people that were off, the captain, and a couple of others that were near the bookings to save them. But Locks, we're 6 points clear of second, 13 points clear of third and fourth, Leeds and Southampton. It's a 4-horse race now, isn't it, for that second spot? To be honest.
Yeah, for second spot, yeah, Ipswich, Leeds, Southampton, and anyone else?
No, that's it. No. That's it. The others are on like 36 points. There was a big, huge gap between first and fifth.
3-horse race then, mate. 3-horse race.
3-horse race in second place, yeah.
The second place, mate, yeah. I mean, I said it on my show on Thursday that Ipswich would go full strength for Leeds because their fights with Leeds and not with Leicester. And that's what they did. So yeah, I think that Ipswich will still have some strong players playing on Tuesday, I'm sure. But so will we, and our strong players are better than their strong players, basically. So I'm not concerned.
Chris, you couldn't get much better than that for a Christmas present, could you?
No, absolutely not. Having Ipswich lose was a great result as well. Would we have taken a draw? No, because it wouldn't have made any difference because Southampton would have then leapfrogged them. So it wouldn't have made any difference. So Leeds winning was actually the best result for us. But yeah, for us to absolutely just destroy Rotherham, I was watching the stats and it seemed we were all over them. I know I'm going to get. I still believe the goalkeeper should have been sent off, but
no, the new rules, pal. The new rules. It's a double jeopardy rule. It is. You can't be sent off if you're making an attempt for the ball. Locks. Is that right? Making it.
Yeah. So if he made a genuine attempt for the ball, then it's kind of the new rule is it's a bit harsh to basically send off the keeper and give them a penalty. So it's kind of just a penalty. If it was outside the box.
Yeah,
then he would have been sent off, and it would have been obviously because it was a free kick, not a penalty. So, yeah.
But Chris, I actually thought when I saw it being here, I thought that was outside the box to start off with.
Yeah,
and it did look damn close, didn't it, Chris?
It was. It was literally on the line. Because it was on the line, it still counts as a penalty. So yeah, very, very close and very good call from the linesman because that would have been really hard. If we can't spot it, then how the heck the linesman managed to spot it is just unreal. So yeah, very good call.
Yeah, when I saw Daka going up with the ball to the penalty spot, I thought, I wasn't sure because he's never taken a penalty for Leicester. I know you love Daka as the new goat, the Zambian goat, I should say.
Only one goat.
I know there's only one goat, but with Reedy, there's two goats, unfortunately. What did you think when he was going to take the penalty? Do you think 2-0, definitely 2-0, or were you a bit unsure?
I don't know because obviously he's never took a penalty. I couldn't be that confident, but I was more confident in him taking it than the likes of what Mahrez was when he was here, because do you know what I mean? He's a striker. He knows where to put the ball, and for me, the moment he put it away, I kind of knew he was going to put it in a way, even though because he already put it in. But I was still hoping for that hat trick from him. So he's obviously got it twice now, where he could have a hat trick. So now, hopefully, he does get his hat trick at some point. But hopefully that. Then again, I said yesterday that Zambia is going to win the AFCON. So.
And he'll be sold off in January anyway.
If he'd got a hat trick yesterday, were you going on holiday to Turkey free, or were you getting a turkey for Christmas free?
No, it was Andy Medhurst, but obviously
he's not on this morning. He hasn't come on this morning.
He's not. No, I think his backside's twitching a little bit after yesterday.
I sent him a message yesterday at 2-0. I went squeaky bum time, and he went, "It was never in doubt." I went, "Yeah, really?"
Yeah, it would have been a free trip to Turkey. Yeah, I think I asked as well for like a beard transplant to be thrown in as well. To be fair, mate, but no, yeah, it is what it is, mate. I mean, Chris mentioned there about Daka being sold off in January. It's a tough one because 3 weeks ago you would have said yes, but now Maresca's got some thinking to do, and Daka's got some thinking to do, because it's not just a case of Maresca saying, "All right, we want to keep you around." It's now Daka thinking he's got to decide, because he might want to say "f off" to us, basically, of what's happened in the past. So it's a tough one. I would say. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I would say keep him. And that just shows how fickle football fans
Unusual
are.
for you.
Well, I think 90% of people in the comments right now 3 weeks ago would have said get rid of Daka in January. And
99.9% of them really.
Yeah. And I bet you now the majority would say keep him in January. So I would say keep him until the end of the season and then see what's what. But his contract's not off, is it?
At the end of the season.
His contract's not up yet, is it?
Yes, that's why.
I thought it was the year after.
To sell him now.
Really?
That's why.
I'm not 100% sure.
I couldn't tell you.
On that. But we're just going to go off as we're talking about Daka again. Would he be the man of the match for you because you put 2 goals in, Locks, or is there anyone else that stood out for you yesterday?
I thought Fass had a really good game.
On the left wing.
Yeah. I suppose you have to give it to Daka. You have to give it to Daka because he scored 2 goals. Both goals, they weren't good goals, but they were goals, and he scored 2 out of the 3. And yeah, I think you've got to give it to him. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, LCFC has got Vestergaard. I'm not sure Vestergaard did enough yesterday because there wasn't much of an attacking intent by Rotherham for him to earn the man of the match. Yes, he did well carrying the ball out. So we're talking about Reedy's 2-star men, aren't we? Vestergaard and Daka. That's all. He must be.
Mate, I knew inside how good these are, and we never used them. Now we get to use both of them. Yes, it is the championship, but now they're getting a bit more of a chance, getting games consistently. They're scoring goals and they're playing well. So for me, hopefully, if we do go up, I would like to see them still in the squad coming into the Premier League, but I don't see that happening, in my opinion.
And I think there's still Vestergaard haters out there as well, which is baffling. But
I think there's a lot.
I'm one of them.
What was?
You're one of them.
I was.
Yeah,
literally, it's a case that I've said on many occasions that I always thought that Vestergaard was the worst defender we've ever had. And I'm sorry that Premier League seasons confirmed that. But especially because it's like he's a tall guy, he couldn't get up for corners. He was being easily tricked, and so in the Premier League he was the worst defender we had. But at the same time, the Championship level is his level, and he's really stepped up, and he's been absolutely brilliant. So
thing is, it's not about
because this is his level.
I don't think it is about his level as well, though. I think he suits the system 10 times better than he did Rodgers. Getting caught out. He was always doing a high line. He was never getting back. Whereas now, Vestergaard's got all the control in that back line.
Yes.
He can do what he wants with it.
Chris, I'm going to let you go now, but I want to just quickly before, because I've got other people joining. Saturday's game, Boxing Day's game.
Yeah.
Any changes and the scoreline, pal?
No changes, and I'm going to go for, because this is common between us and Ipswich, I'm going to go 2-1.
2-1, no changes and 2-1. Well,
Yeah,
So I'll just say
It's,
the
it's,
comment.
a, it's a common score line. It'll either be 2-1.
No, I wasn't laughing at you, Chris. I was
It's
laughing at
always a
something
common
else. I think Locks knows what I'm laughing at. Right, Chris, we shall see you later, pal. And what did you say? 2-1 and no changes.
Yeah.
Rightio. Happy Christmas, Chris,
Happy
and we'll
Christmas.
see you not next year, sorry, because I'll be a quick New Year's Eve. So we'll see you in 7 days' time, pal. See you later,
Yes.
pal. Let's bring Nick in. Nick, and we've all got to sing happy birthday to Nick because it's his birthday today. He's not quite reached 40, but he's nearly there. He's nearly in the 40 club, isn't you, Nick?
I feel like I'm 40 after last night's gig.
Oh, you're. Anyway, Nick, you're getting old now, pal. You're getting old. Happy birthday, anyway, mate.
Thank you very much.
So, what did you think on yesterday's game then?
I personally think, like you said, there were time wasting from about the 7th minute. But I think on the whole, yeah, easy game. You know, if anything, we could have just brought more players off just to rest them for Boxing Day. But, you know, you can't complain at that. 3-0, job done, 6 points clear, 13 points clear of Leeds. What more do you want for a Christmas present?
And a birthday present.
And a birthday present. Early birthday present for you, pal.
Yeah, it was all right, wasn't it?
Nick, people have been raving about Cassidy.
Have they?
No.
In a bad way. In a bad way.
Whoa. Let me finish. People have been raving about Cassidy when he first came. He had a good game. He scored on his debut. And he had a couple of good games after that. And then he went downhill. And then middle of October, he started to play well against Sunderland and had a decent game I can't remember who it was the next game. But then he's dropped off again. Nick, Cassidy, what do you think to him? Even though he scored a goal, but even my grandma could have scored that and she's been dead 20 years.
Well, that probably says everything you need to know, really, doesn't it, about Cassidy? Don't get me wrong, there's talent in the play. You can see there is potential there, but
yeah, I agree. There is something there, but it's not coming out, is it? It's not consistent enough. But will that goal give him confidence?
Well, you never know. I mean, in the Euros at the summer for the under-21s, he was like player of the tournament. He was fantastic, but
top goal scorer as well.
Yeah, he was really, really good. But is it the system or we don't know? He's so young. You never know.
Yeah.
He's not going to be the same player he is now than what he is going to be in 8 years. He's not even touched his
Chelsea
prime
must
yet.
have seen something in him
exactly.
To spend 17, 18 million, was it? From
Inter.
From Italy. I can't remember where he was
Inter
from.
Milan, I think.
Inter Milan. They must have seen something in him.
Yeah, what was I say? I mean, people were moaning about Doyle when at the beginning of the season, and obviously he's yet to come back from injury and stuff. And I reckon there's a player in there. I think there's so much young talent that we've got around the club, whether it's on loan or actually in the youth squad. I think now we can start using them, especially we're going to need to use some of them for the AFCON if we don't bring in the striker, for example.
We've got the AFCON coming up but you've also got the Asia Cup as well, where Harry Suter goes as well. So we actually lose 5 players in January.
Yeah.
Read it. Does that mean we're going to see more of a little bit of DP in the middle of the park? Of Cassidy when Ndidi goes, or will we see Cassidy in front of DP? Because Enzo at the start of the season loved DP playing in that role, and then he got injured, and then Cassidy's come back in. So what do you think is going to happen?
Well, again, this is me, and it's all my opinion. I don't like how Ndidi plays in that role, just because of him. He isn't. Don't get me wrong. He can put them chips in the box from the edge of the goal line and whatnot, but for me, you need someone a bit more creative, like a DP. So for me, I think he does go in, and obviously we will lose Ndidi in the AFCON, so it's perfect timing for someone like DB to come back in. But I can see Cassidy coming in as well.
Locks, you were looking quite. Hold on, Reedy. You're looking quite surprised then at that comment he made.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I am surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised by Ndidi. The Ndidi comment. Yeah. I'm a bit surprised.
I am actually a little bit, because I thought he's been outstanding in his new role.
I think he's been I think he has his off day, as does Dewsbury Hall, and as will Dennis Pratt. But I think he's great, and I think it helps as well because obviously his ball winning ability, Ndidi,
That part was
helps
great
with-
yesterday. That
Well,
part was great yesterday.
Well, that helps with winning the ball up the pitch, further up the pitch, So I see what Reedy's saying in terms of, I think it would be exciting to see Pratt start or have more minutes in that role. However, I don't think you can take Ndidi out for no chance. I think he's
I think
been
out of
really
the
good.
two, though, I think I would say Ndidi over Dewsbury.
You'd what? You'd rather? Oh, you mean you'd rather take Ndidi out than Dewsbury? Yeah, for sure. But I don't think we should do either just yet. Anyway,
Just like
after
say,
combinations, we have to. So
Lee Hinton's travelled all the way from New Zealand to watch. He's a friend of mine. He's watched yesterday, Rotherham. So well worth the trip yesterday for him. Happy Christmas, Happy New Year to you. Hope you're going to another game. Hope you enjoyed it, Lee. Some doing that, isn't it?
Journey as well.
And I wonder if he got his value for money and stayed for the full 95 minutes. I wonder if he sneaked off because he had a flight to catch back to New Zealand, or whether he stayed. But that is a totally another story, and we might get onto that in a few minutes.
Oh, if he had a flight to catch and he left the game, because that's shocking. That is, he should have.
Unbelievable. Just missed the plane.
Yeah, he has to miss his flight. He can't. Yeah, he's got to miss his flight. Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to miss his 27-hour flight back to New Zealand. Fox is more important than New Zealand.
I think Lee might have stayed here and got his value for money. Talking about Dennis Pratt, the assist and a half he got, as I call he stayed till the end, clapped them off, going to Huddersfield as well. How's he managed to sneak tickets? He hasn't got enough points to get tickets. How's he got tickets for that? Huddersfield is at home, isn't it? Sorry. Huddersfield is the home game on January the 1st, isn't it? But yeah, Dennis Pratt, I love the way that he controlled the ball with his right, played it through to Ricky P. And we've scored quite a few goals like this year, haven't we? Got to the byline, just into in the edge of the penalty box, and cross-chipped it to the back post. And we seem to score a lot like that at the minute, Locks, don't we?
Yeah, for sure. I think, look, don't get me wrong. Dennis Pratt is, I think, when we were in the Premier League, he was, I want to say, an underrated player, because I just don't think he got enough time, enough of a run in the team. And I think that's because he's got glass hamstrings. And he seems to have a glass everything. It does worry me about in the African Cup of Nations if he does become that main man in that role and then he gets injured. And because I think his injuries they just seem to happen all the time. I forgot. You know what, though? Sometimes I forget he even exists, Dennis Pratt. I sometimes forget he's even a Leicester player, because it's never a little injury either. He's always out on the sidelines for weeks and weeks and weeks and months. So I'm a big fan of him. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens, mate. But yeah, in terms of the goal, it was a great goal. It was probably one of our better goals in terms of the build-up play, I think, this season.
I think it was the best goal, wasn't it?
It was lovely. Yeah. And so yeah, it's love it, mate. That's all I can say.
Nick, Scott Chapman said we have 6 games between the start and the finish of the AFCON. Are we going to bring anybody in, or are we going to utilise them as much as we possibly can from now until then and get as many points on the board in case we struggle a little bit, which we could do, losing 5 players?
Well, I think we probably do need to strengthen in January. Whether we do or not, that's a different question altogether. We never tend to really do a lot of business in January anyway. But I'd like to see another striker come in, just as, even if it's on loan, just for that little bit of backup, because obviously Vardy's injured. We don't know what Daka's going to the AFCON. Cannon, for me, still's not got enough game time to warrant a start.
It amazes me, lads. A few weeks ago, we wouldn't have even bothered about Daka going to the AFCON. Now, all of a sudden, we're going to miss him.
Yeah, but you got Nacho going as well, though, haven't you? So you've
effectively
lost 2 strikers.
Give it a second thought.
Don't get me wrong. I'm still not 100%. Yes, he scored 4 goals in how many games it is. I'm still not 100% certain he'll be able to do it in the Premier League. Just like there's a few players in our squad that I don't think are quite at that level for the Premier League. We've got a load that are, but not so many. Like for Vestergaard, for example. Yes, he's done fantastic this season, and no disrespect to him, he's done absolutely brilliant. He'd be my player of the season so far. But the Premier League is a different beast, you've got strikers running at pace against Vestergaard. That thought terrifies the hell out of me.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It does, but that's for next year. That's next year,
Of course
Roy.
it is,
That's
but
not
as
this
I say,
year, Roy. Reedy,
utilise it.
Carlos has asked how long Vardy's out for, but you never really know. Enzo is always only out for a short period of time, but I don't know. You never know.
Well, from what I've seen, it says that Vardy's doubtful. So it always seems like he could be in the squad. He couldn't be. It all depends on when his injury's done.
But
I do think
anyway,
though, Boxing Day, we're just going to have to make sure, because as I don't know if you guys did, you watch the Leeds Ipswich game yesterday?
yes, yeah, I saw it. Yeah,
You go for them. They're a wounded animal, and that's when you go for them. Put them in their place, and that's not me being big-headed and stuff like that. Because the week before yesterday, when they played Norwich, Norwich did the same thing. They got in their face and they didn't like it. That's how you beat Ipswich.
Here's one for you quickly though. Mark says it as well. Do you see him trying to play against us and scoring?
What?
Do you think he? Yeah. Do you think he will score and celebrate? I don't. Surely not.
Well, Chilwell did it in the FA Cup final. I wouldn't surprise me. It doesn't bother me anyway.
Well,
if Hurst did it anyways. As I said, Chilwell 40 did it in the FA Cup final.
I didn't see that. I've got my Christmas.
And then he looked like a mug when it got disallowed.
Yeah. Right then, Nick, I'm going to let you go. But do you think about changes for the Ipswich game and the scoreline? I want everyone's comments about the scoreline and if you want changes for the Ipswich game.
I think you keep a winning side. Keep what we're doing. It's working. And Portman Road, it's not the best bloody place to go and get a result. So 2-1, maybe 3-1. And I will say Dakar. And I might even throw in a Vestergaard goal for that as well. So I'm feeling festive.
Festy, Reedy, Dakar and Vestergaard mentioned in the same sentence. Reedy's smiling. It's Christmas time. Blimey.
Man,
it's the season of goodwill, Jamie.
The season of goodwill. Nick, I'm going to let you go to enjoy your birthday. Happy 38th birthday, pal.
Yeah, and to you guys, happy Christmas to all. You'll
get
what you want and stuff. Up the foxes.
Come on, you foxes. Cheers, Nick. We'll see you again soon, pal. See you next week.
Bye.
Cheers, mate. Well then, lads. It's our time now. Changes and Ipswich. What do you think? And the scoreline. Locks, will start with you.
I think we will rest a couple. We might see Cody come in for one of the defenders. I know.
So that's why I was surprised yesterday that we didn't make changes for yesterday because of the Ipswich game. But it worked. We won 3-0.
Yeah. I know. I expected that, mate. To be fair, I expected a couple players rested yesterday, but really, I know the face you're pulling, mate. I agree.
You can't change it. You just.
Well, I think I'm saying if we might have to, if players aren't fit.
But that's, you know what I mean? But that's where when Suits came on yesterday, I thought that was dead certain going to be Vestergaard off then, and he wasn't.
Who did Suits come on for? I can't remember. Justin.
I was just like, well, yeah, say Justin, but you've got to say Vestergaard because he's got a yellow card. It would have been game over anyway.
He's made a little bit of glass just recently, so that was probably a decent substitution.
But Vestergaard's got one more game to get yellow.
I know. Ipswich did that yesterday. They were losing 4-0 and they took their captain off because he's such a big influence. But I don't know. So, Locks, come on then. Scoreline, pal.
3-0. Yeah.
We've got the same as Lee Hinton. I think if we get a 9-point gap against Ipswich, I'm almost sure they'll be really cheesed off, and that could be.
Oh, mate, Ipswich aren't finishing top 3, mate. They'll be 4th or something like that. Southampton, Leeds will be much better than them over a 46-game season. Leicester, Leeds, Southampton, Ipswich, I think it'll finish, but we'll see. But yeah, 3-0 Leicester win. Maybe another Daka goal. Who knows? Just to get Reedy on the phone, blowing up the messages. My goat.
What about you? Changes?
No, there's no changes in this squad. There's no changes in the squad. Or maybe, in my personal opinion, I'd like to see Dennis Pratt come in, but it's not going to happen. And then on the wings, just keep the same and keep Daka up front, and hopefully we'll do well. But I've always said before we even got the 3 points yesterday, before Ipswich lost to Leeds yesterday, that if the results went right for us yesterday, which they have, it doesn't really matter if we do lose to Ipswich because we are still 3 points clear. Again, I don't want that to happen. I want to be 9 points clear, but now we've got ourselves in prime position to for ourselves. If we do lose, it doesn't matter as much.
No, but we don't want to lose, do we? That's the thing.
No, I don't think we will lose. I think we'll get a draw. But
there was a stat locks yesterday that even Phil sent me, actually, which I was quite surprised that Phil actually sent me this stat because he's not good on stats. It's about points. At the minute, we're getting 2.52 points every game, which is a hell of a 2.52. That's a lot. And if we keep going at that rate, we'll get 116 points. I know that beats the record, and there's 69 points available. I know the 23, 69, isn't it? So there's 69 points available. We're going to beat that record, Locks, isn't we? I know you've been championing this for the start of the season. We're going to beat that record, isn't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, how many more games can we lose?
Like
to not beat the record.
Like five, still 5 losses or something. Four, 5 losses.
That's without draws as well, though.
We need another 50 points to beat. 49 points to beat it.
How many have we lost? 3.
Yeah, 3.
And drawn 3.
1. We've dropped 11 points.
1. So actually, we can lose another 5 games, I think.
Yeah.
Does that mean we can't draw?
We can as long as we don't lose another 19 points for the rest of the season.
Okay, well, yeah, we've not dropped that many. We've not even dropped that many points, have we? How many points have we dropped yet? Probably
we've dropped 11 points so far.
If we do that double again, we should be able to do it. But I'm not putting guarantee on anything. I don't know if we will, but it'd be lovely to take it.
Easy, mate.
We need another 49 points to beat the record. That's what we need. 49 points, and there's a maximum of 60 points, 69 points to go for.
So 49 points to break the record, and we're
58
currently
plus
on
49 in my mind is 107.
Right, and we're currently on how many points?
58.
And we're not even halfway. The game
We're
on Tuesday is the halfway mark.
Well, this is halfway now.
Okay.
We just played the 23rd game.
So we don't even need to do that. We can do a little bit less than what we've already done and still break the record. So best believe it's happening. Believe it's happening, mate.
Let's believe it's happening.
One question, Jamie. Sorry. Do you think there's a chance of any of the African lads not going away to stay with us this January?
I think the only one we could maybe have a chance of keeping is Fatawi, because I don't know if he gets into the squad yet.
Yeah, but he's been picked in the 55 preliminary squad.
Oh, okay.
He'll make that squad. Yeah,
I know. I've seen him in the Ghana squad before.
But what we need is like Ghana or Nigeria not to qualify.
Mm-hmm. They come straight back. Yeah,
they come after 3 games to straight.
They have a break.
Isn't that what Nigeria did the other year?
Yeah,
I think they basically came straight back. Yeah.
Yeah. So so sorry, lads, but we need you all to do really bad at the African Cup of Nations, basically.
Yeah.
Other than Zambia, I'll let him stay. I'll let him stay. Get the top scorer in the African Cup of Nations. Come back and absolutely fight for us. That's what we want. I don't care.
Right. On a serious note, that's why I've taken my hat off. Right. I just don't know whether you agree with me on this. I am rather fed up, pissed off, whatever you want to say.
Oh, here we go.
About people moaning at people leaving early. Watch the bloody game. Stop looking at people leaving early. People have reasons to leave early. It does my head in. It's been happening for absolutely years. It happens at every ground you go to, every team it happens to. Just because it's been brought up 2 or 3 weeks ago about people leaving early, it's been happening since I've been going. And I've been going for decades, 40 odd years I've been going. It happened at Filbert Street. It happens all the time. But just because it's been brought up now, stop it. Stop moaning. It seems like Leicester fans need something to moan about. Go to the game. If you pay your money, Locks, you do what you want to do, don't you? You want to go early. You might have reasons to go early.
I left early yesterday because I had a train to catch. Sorry, I didn't want to miss my train.
It's your choice, Locks, isn't it? I don't know what you two feel about.
So,
that's what I want to ask you two, because it seems to be quite an important question at the minute. Everyone's moaning every time after a home game. Somebody puts a comment on about people leaving early. So bloody what? If you want to go early, go early. Locks?
Yeah. I get frustration. I get the frustration from maybe some fans that don't want people to leave early. However, I think that people have the right to leave whenever they want. I think I get both sides of the argument basically, but then but the one thing I don't agree with is I don't think people can try and tell, and especially people of power. I don't need to mention them. You know who I mean, though. Trying to tell people what they can and can't do, and especially a certain commentator. I like him. I think he's a good guy. I think he's a nice guy. Spoke to him a few times, but when you're in a commentary box, nice warm media box, and you get to go into the warm afterwards. I think it's a bit different. So, yeah, as Terry said, if they pay their money. People pay. I'm not including season tickets. So let's say people who don't have season tickets. Let's say people who just buy one-off tickets, for example. Let's say 46 quid, 40 quid minimum, right? And let's say even if it's 2 home games a season, that's 80 quid, a month, or maybe even 120 quid a month spending on Leicester tickets. Especially this time of year. By the time the game's finish, it's cold, it's dark. People want to just get home, mate. You know what I mean? Someone's paid 40 quid to go and watch Leicester for 90 minutes. And then if they want to leave a bit early so they can beat the traffic and get home, and so they're not sat in traffic for the next 2 hours, what's the problem? So I would rather it if the stadium was full at the 90th minute, but if people need to leave, then they need to leave.
The thing is as well, is the fact that I don't think any of us want to leave early. We just, like I say, everyone has things going on. That's why. Like I say, I had to get a train the other day. The last 2 games I've left early, we won 4-0 and we won 3-0. What are we really missing? As much as I know we could miss a goal late on.
Yeah.
It's like, if we were 1-1, I'm guessing some people that think that was going to leave early probably wouldn't, because they wanted to see if anything happened. But at 3 or 4-0, the game is done with. And people want to get home early. They don't want to be in traffic for 2 hours. That's the difference.
See, like Andrew says, loads of fans leave the seats early and stand in the concourse to watch the end and go so they're first out. Yes, people like to do. I must admit, I wait till about the 92nd minute of the injury time, and then I walk down and watch the last few minutes on the concourse. Me and Reedy have stood in the steps watching the last Millwall game when they got. Were you with me there, Reedy? Yeah. Reedy was.
Yeah, the penalty. No, that was that was Watford.
Was that the Watford game? We stood
penalty,
there.
Yeah.
We left early, but I'm still watching the game, even if it's on the concourse. I'm still there. But I think what people are going at is that it's not a full house.
Well, you know what, mate? You know what? Some of the people I've seen on social media, on Twitter, moaning about people leaving the game on the 85th minute, let's say. I know a few of them, and they're the same people that are down on the concourse on the 40th minute so they can get a beer without having to queue for ages. So where are you? Why aren't you there until the end of the first half? You're downstairs, and a beer's more important for them. So just don't be a bloody hypocrite, right? Don't moan at people for trying to beat the traffic on 85th minute, where you're sat in the concourse waiting for a beer on 40. So
no one moans at them, do they, Locks?
No, because it's themselves. It's them doing it. The ones moaning are the ones on the concourse on 40 minutes waiting for a beer. Yeah.
And I will say away games a lot of the time, most grounds that we're playing against at the moment, all the grounds gone by the time we get to 90th minute and we're clapping the players off the pitch. So
yeah, it's unbelievable. People, it seems like a lot of Leicester fans just want to have a moan. We're doing well and they need something to moan about.
Oh, they have to. Yeah.
We used to have a scapegoat every year. We used to have a scapegoat.
Somebody agrees with me, but now.
Oh, where have I missed that?
Yeah, there you go.
I agree with Reedy.
Someone agrees with Reedy.
Andrew. Oh, God. You're going to have my Christmas card list, Andrew, now agreeing with Reedy.
By the way, Jamie, there's a Leeds fan in the chat, mate.
They're not plastic fans. They pay the money. If they want to go, whatever they want to go, they want to go. And that's another thing. There's plastic fans. I hate that term. I actually hate it. Locks entering dangerous territory.
You know what? I have enough beef with about 500 people on social media. I don't mind pissing off a few members of Union FS because that's who I'm talking about. So, whatever.
Yeah. I'll hold my hand up here. They're trying to do good, but I think they're trying to be on a pedestal they're not on with the club. They're trying to be on that, and they're trying to be, what do you call it? the leader of the fan group, but they're not leaders. They just sing in a corner. They're not leaders, really. I think they're doing what they do, but they don't speak for me. That's for certain. Some of the comments that come out, they don't speak to me. They don't speak for me. But that's on another subject. And yeah. Anyway, on that note, Locks, thanks for joining me.
It's all right, mate. It wouldn't be a Sunday morning at 10 a.m. without pissing someone off. So yeah. Yeah.
At least you got up this time anyway, not like last week.
Oh, no, mate. Yeah, I woke up nice and early because it's obviously Christmas weekend. So I thought I'd best. So, yeah.
Right, pal. So what did you say? 3-0, didn't you?
3-0. Yeah, 3-0 win.
3-0. All right, Locks. See you later, pal. Be good.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Yeah, I can't remember the rest of the song, but that's about it. I think they've got the only 2 words to sing in it.
Yes, mate. Yes. Adios. Adios, amigo.
Adios, amigo. See you later, pal. Be good. Reedy. There we go, mate. There we go. Another Christmas Eve. The last one before Christmas. Christmas special, whatever you want to call it. And what did you say? 2-0. Did you say what score did you say?
Score draw.
Oh, you went for the score draw.
It was going to be a draw.
Yeah, I'll be happy with a draw. I will take a draw. I want to win. I'm going to go 2-2. I want to win, but I'm going to go 2-2. If you can't win, do not lose. That is my motto, and everyone knows that. That is one of my mottos.
Someone's got your ending to a teammate.
No, they haven't. No, they haven't. I don't say that anymore.
Oh, you changed your script.
No, I have done. Top of the morning went in February time when Rogers left, Mark.
Fair enough.
You'll see at the end of the show, Mark, you've got that so wrong. Close, but so far.
It's because it's in our brains, isn't it? That's why.
Yeah. Yeah. No one realises what I actually say and why I say it. But we shall see. Anyway, have to agree with Reedy again. Has he copy and pasted that? Have to agree with Reedy. Spoke to him at my work. I don't think he is Mr. Negative. All right. Jamie's favourite scoreline. Yes, somebody's agreed with you too much. On that note, Reedy, you can live on that for the rest of the year, can't you?
Of course, Cam. Right. See you in a bit. Have a good Christmas,
everyone. See you later. Be good. Have fun. Cheers, Reedy. See you next week. Right then, lads and lasses, thank you for watching. It's been a lovely Christmas morning show for you all. I hope you're good. I hope you're well. Yes, Philippa Desmond for me. But yeah, all I can say is Merry Christmas. I won't say Happy New Year until next week, but Merry Christmas. And it's ciao, ciao, adios, goodbye, arrivederci. Come on, you foxes. And there goes the final whistle.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, Everod's, Barlow Blinds, Poker Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Distillers Direct, Hologram, Take Me, Nubian Cow, The Fox's Arms and Rainbows. Run by the fans, for the fans. Follow us on socials at Leicester Fan TV and visit LeicesterFanTV.com for all the latest news, views and videos.